to this Friday's chat, guys, here at MB. Stephen, of course, here hosting this live show. This is the second week in a row I've been doing this at the same time, so it could become a regular thing if people seem to like this. I'm just going to crack on anyway. I'm not going to wait for live chat or anything like that. I'll leave that to you guys to come in if you want and leave some chat. And certainly, if you're there, that'd be great. We'll have a little chat about things and how the channel is progressing and all that kind of jazz. But yeah, just really here to talk about, of course, a number of things. We're going to be talking about Kota Factory and where we're at with that, because we have had a lot of people coming in and asking where we're at, and also things that you guys have recommended as well. And yeah, we're looking forward to you know, the sort of near future of the channel, and thanks to you guys, we are getting there. We certainly are getting there in terms of web series and things that you guys are obviously recommending in the chat, and it's also a chance to sort of, you know, just bond and connect with you guys as well, because although we do the reactions, they are recorded and then they're premiered, and we do the live chat thing, as you would have noticed maybe about an hour ago, with the season finale overhaul, episode 5 of Kota Factory season 1. And yeah, so a lot of people after that have been messaging in asking if we're going to be doing season 2. The answer is yes. We've actually recorded episode 1, 2 and 3 of season 2 at the moment, and tonight we're going to be recording episode 4 and 5. So that should take us up to Wednesday next week, and now we have to start putting the plans in place for what we're going to be doing next. And John and I did episode 3 last night, and we chatted about it afterwards, because there is an issue. Obviously there is an issue with certain web series that we can't get a hold of. Unfortunately, we just can't get a hold of here in the UK. Even on the platforms that you guys are recommending, they're blocked here in the United Kingdom. I don't know the reason why. I don't think we'll ever get to know the reason for that either. I think it's a silly thing. I think it's silly to sort of not expand your audience out to this sort of part of the world, but maybe there's reasons for it. I'm not sure. It could be our own government that are not allowing us. I'm not sure what it is, because the ones that we do get a hold of are primarily on Prime Video or Netflix. Very rarely it'll be on Disney Plus here in the UK. We don't get the Disney channel that you guys get. I can't remember what it's called. Is it Hotstar or something like that? We don't get that here. We get a version of it, I should say. That's not entirely true. We get a version of it, but it's not got Indian content on it, unfortunately. So yeah, I mean, that's where we're at the moment in terms of and what we're trying to do. But I'm going to I'll just turn that volume down so we're not getting any feedback. But I can see you guys are in the live chat. It's always appreciated, and I will get to those in a little moment. And I know some people have obviously started putting in recommendations for Azure. So yeah, in terms of Kota Factory season 1, fantastic. We loved it. A lot of people recommended this. Very few people thought that we would get it, would understand it. Certainly there's a level and a degree of intellect in there, and you know, when it comes to a certain subject like that, and I think we did okay with it. I think we really enjoyed it. We understood the premise of the show, and yeah, we loved the characters, the music, the production as a whole, and we did rate it at the end of the episode that went out an hour ago. I think I gave it 8 out of 10. John gave it a slightly lower rating, but then after listening to what I had to say, he changed it to 8 out of 10 as well. So in terms of season 2, I don't really want to get into that too much, because I don't want us to give too much away in terms of our spoilers and what we think of it. But we will obviously tomorrow, season 2 episode 1 premieres at the usual time, guys, of 12 o'clock here in the afternoon here in the UK, which I think is 5:30 in India. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I think it is anyway. So we're finishing up recording tonight on episodes 4 and 5, and the editing of those two episodes will be done over the weekend, and our reactions for the series will conclude on Wednesday, like I said. So very much looking forward to your participation, obviously, in our live chat for them as well. And yeah, so we're looking forward to that. Just on another note, and this is something that may disappoint some people because we know that it didn't get a lot of good um, ratings on, or sorry, votes in our poll that we did a couple of weeks ago. The web series Class, which is on here in Netflix UK, we are going to be doing that, but this is more of a thing John and I want to do because it's been heavily promoted here in the United Kingdom. It does intrigue us. We know it's a remake of a Spanish web series, I believe. But we recorded one episode last night after we did Kota Factory, episode 3 of season 2. So once a week, Class will begin out. So that'll probably drop maybe next Wednesday. No Class. As I said, this is more a self-indulgent thing. This is not going to take away from what we're going to be doing next. This is a little bonus thing that we're doing because normally on a Wednesday we'd be doing something from our own neck of the woods here in the West, whether that be a Disney Plus thing like The Mandalorian or Andor or something like that, or something from Marvel. We would normally do on a Wednesday, but because there's nothing happening at the moment, we just felt might as well put in Class in there because it's something we do want to see. But we will be putting it out once a week. It will not be the sort of thing we're doing every day, that kind of thing, because we know there's only a limited amount of episodes anyway, and they're long episodes. That's why it'll be next Wednesday that'll go out. I think the first episode was like 57 minutes long, quite long considering what we have been doing with obviously Panchayat, Kota Factory, which averaged maybe about 30, 40, 45 minutes per episode. Well, this episode of Class, lasted 57 minutes. It actually felt like we were watching a film at one point because it was that long. It felt that long, but 57 minutes isn't that long really, is it? But yeah, so you will see that drop, and I know only maybe about 2 or 3% of the community voted for it, so don't panic. It's not what we're doing on a daily basis. It's a bonus for John and I to do. So we are trying to work on something different. Now, the ones that obviously that keep coming up are obviously TVF pictures. Give us your thoughts on that, guys, in the comments. Let us know what you think of pictures. Is it something that you think we could relate to? At the moment, we can't get it here. We cannot get it here. We know that a lot of people have said it's on YouTube. I think the first season is on YouTube, but we don't have the UK, the English subtitles. We don't have them for that, and season 2 isn't on it at all. So it's a tough one, it's really tough to get hold of a lot of stuff that you guys are obviously recommending, and the fact it's TVF, which is strange. We thought that perhaps it might have been a little bit easier to get hold of because of the previous shows that we've watched. Azure is obviously the one that's come up so many times, that and Special Ops. Again, Azure not available here in the UK. It's not available, so we don't know how we're going to get around this at all. Maybe you guys know somewhere we can access these things legally. Of course, we don't do piracy here on MB, but Gulak as well was the other one. Gulak. I'm not really sure how you pronounce that, but that was the other one, obviously, from last week's conversation that came up as well. And we kind of decided that I don't think it would be very fair for us to put out a poll for you guys to vote on what we should do next, because it all comes down to availability and what we can get hold of. So there's no point in us putting out a poll and say pictures wins by the majority and then we can't get hold of it. It would make it a pointless poll. We'd have to work our way down to the next one until we got something that was available. So we are looking, we are searching, and it's just no luck at the moment, unfortunately. But yeah, I mean it's just the way it is here in the UK. I'm not really sure why, but I'm just going to dive into the live chat at the moment, and let's see what we've got here. Don Treader, hi Don. TVF aspirants. Now Am I saying that right? Not sure. TVF Aspirants. Now, this is one that's came up in the community chat over the last few days, and we're not sure what it's about or anything like that. Perhaps maybe you guys can let us know what it's about, but quite a number of people have recommended this as well. I've not looked in to see the availability on this at the moment, so we can't promise you that we will check this out, but we'll do our best. So yeah, we've got that on the list. Thanks, Don. And Kota Factory Season 2, as you know, we're going to be doing that anyway. Rohan, how you doing? How you doing? Hi, Rake, how are you? Why not movies? We do movies. It's just that you guys have been recommending web series ever since. I think we did. Now, was it Mirzapur? I think it was Mirzapur. Since then, you guys have been recommending web series left, right, and centre. Because prior to that, tell a lie, Scam 1992 was the first one we did. And since then, you guys have been recommending web series. We'll do films. We love doing films, you know, and certainly we've done it in the past. If you look at our playlist, we like doing films as well. We normally split them into three, just to sort of spread the sort of the coverage of it, because obviously John and I are speaking. We do a commentary before we get into it. We do a review afterwards as well. So yeah. So Iga is that Rajamouli? I can't remember. Is that the one with the fly or something like that? I think we did the trailer reaction to that. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you can correct me here. But we like the look of that. It's an older film, isn't it? Any skip from old AIB? I'm not sure what that means, Don. You'll have to maybe elaborate on that, I'm afraid. Lifeline says big fan, sir. Thanks very much, Lifeline. Again, we can't believe how big the channel has got over the past few months. Appreciate everyone that's obviously subscribed to the channel, and we obviously, you know, we like to get as many subscribers as possible, but the most important thing is community, and that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to make sure that we connect with you guys, because you certainly put your time in, you know, connecting to us with your comments, and we try and respond to all the comments that come through our comment section on the community tab, and of course in our chats, our live chats, etc. So it is appreciated. Thanks very much for that, Lifeline. It's always appreciated. Dawn says, oh cool, when is Kota Season 2 coming? It will be tomorrow. It will be tomorrow. We're just going to continue on. We've really put the hours in this week to make sure that we kept continuing on with the show, and to make sure that it's going out consistently. It's probably something we didn't do in the past, Dawn. You know, it's something that we really hope we keep doing, because I think we're on a good roll just now, and that's probably why I want to do this chat just now, and maybe get your thoughts on other things as well, and availability of other web series and films. So we're continuing on, and you know, there's a bit of continuity there and consistency with the channel. So yeah, Utsav Boss says TVF Tripling. I don't know that one, Utsav. Perhaps maybe you can let us know what that show is about. Certainly check it out. TVF is a bit hit and miss here, as you know, in terms of availability, but it doesn't do any harm looking into it, does it? So certainly thanks very much for that. Pure Movie says also add Kabir Singh on list. Will do, Pure Movie, thank you. TVF is on YouTube. Yeah, some of the shows that from TVF on YouTube are fine to access, but it's the subtitles that's the issue, Don. If we can't get English subtitles, we will struggle, as you know. Not government, bro. The companies didn't allow to reduce piracy. I get that, okay. I know that our copyright laws, that's the only reason I mentioned our government, was because they are very strict on copyright in this country, and I think because, I don't want to mention the name of the person, but he's very much influenced our print and obviously our satellite TV, and it has a monopoly on that, and it prevents us seeing a lot of things that are in the UK, in the US, as well as obviously you know, in India. So yeah, we'll just have to do our best. That's all we can do. But yeah, Surab says Azure. We are trying. Thank you very much, Surab. The Boys is a great one. Yeah, The Boys. I think John might have seen season one. I'm not sure. I'd have to check with him, but he did talk about it a few years ago. I have not seen it, but it's certainly one. If obviously John hadn't seen it, we would have done it. But I'll check that one out for him because it's just one of those shows that I keep seeing advertised everywhere, but just never had the time to get around to seeing it, and it looks great as well. Um, Vibav, Vibav. Sorry if I'm pronouncing your name wrong here. Flames. Okay, yeah, we'll check that one out as well. I think I've seen that in the chat a few times. Vibav. So we will check that out. Yash K says no class. Yeah. As I mentioned, it's one of those shows that John and I want to check out. We watched episode one, and without giving too much away, we do like the look of it. Actually, it's an age-old story. It's certainly something that's not new in terms of storytelling or anything like that. But character-wise, we like certain characters in this series at the moment. But again, I don't really want to give too much away. You have to find that out next Wednesday. Haridi says Special Ops. Yeah, that's on our list as well. Thanks very much. Again, availability, we will check it out. Gulak is the same. Blue, thanks very much. Rohan says, mate, watch what you want. Yeah, we tend to watch, we like to try and get a good balance, because there's no point in us watching something that no one else is wanting to watch. We want to do that, we might as well just watch it without filming ourselves, So, we'll see how it goes. Hardick says, when will Special Ops come? It will come as soon as we can get a hold of it. Again, it's one of those ones we will check out. There is a streaming platform I know that you guys have recommended in the past. I can't remember what it's called. Maybe perhaps someone can drop in the comments some of the streaming platforms out with obviously Prime Video and Netflix. It would be appreciated. Chris says TV's tripling. That's just been mentioned, yeah. And Avnish says pictures. Definitely. These are ones that we want to definitely check out. I've kind of lost my way in the chat here, where we're at, but yeah. So Silver Hall, Silver Rahul. Sorry, apologies for that. What about Korean series My Name? We did that actually. That's on our playlist. It's a very good series. If no one's seen it, My Name, fantastic, really, really good, well executed Korean web series. If you guys have seen it, maybe you can give your thoughts below and let us know what you thought about My Name. But we thoroughly enjoyed it. A few familiar faces in there as well that we recognise, and it was really good, really good. Blue says Gulak season 1. Yeah, if we can get a hold of it, we definitely will be doing it. Yash says Indian people doesn't relate with class web series. That's fine, that's okay, Yash. Totally understand that. We did talk about it afterwards, and we said that not everyone in the community will really relate to that, and I get that. But it's something that just John and I wanted to see, and we will be watching it. We've started watching it, so once we've started, we do certainly see it through. So yeah. Sav says yes, pictures is nice. Yeah, I certainly will be checking it out if we can. Rohan says, Yash K, you watch lots of Hollywood web shows, I'm guessing. Do you relate to that as well? Yash says, Rohan, no right. Anyway, yeah, Amit says TBF Aspirants. Again, that's one I sent John the link to that one actually from IMDb to have a little read at the synopsis and see what he thinks. And obviously, again, down to availability, if we can get our hands in any of these great shows that you guys are responding to, or recommending, then we will respond to it and we will do our best to get a hold of it. So yeah, we'll have to just wait and see. Chris says TVF Tripling is a show about two brothers and their sister who go on an unintended road trip. Yeah, that sounds good. I like a road trip film. I really do. I like that. I'm trying to think of one that we watched in terms of Indian content. I suppose this 3 Idiots a road movie. Not really. I mean, they travel a bit, but yeah, it was a good film. We liked that. We liked 3 Idiots. Rashikesh says Aspirants as well. Very popular show this. Highly recommended from you guys. Shivam says Kota Factory season 2 is also good. Yeah, I don't want to give too much away in our thoughts about it, but yeah, we agree. It definitely is a good show. It's in terms of consistency, they've managed to maintain that consistency from season one. We believe anyway. Rishikesh says Patal Lock. Yeah, we've done Patal Lock. Loved it. That's on our playlist as well. If you just check that out. In fact, what I'm going to be doing in that sort of gap between us releasing our shows, I will maybe try and put in the community some of the stuff that we did previously for all the people that have only subscribed over the last 2 months, so you can see exactly what we've been doing. Rishikesh also recommends TVF aspirants, so yep, definitely. Nitish Kapoor says the same. On aspirants is best. Yeah, this sounds intriguing. Hopefully we can get a hold of that. Vijender, Kota Factory 2 is coming. Yes, it is. It's coming tomorrow at the same time. Episode 1, 2 and 3 are in the can. They're ready to go. So they'll be going Saturday, Sunday and Monday. Episode 4 and 5 will be Tuesday, Wednesday at the same time. So it's all ahead of plan, ahead of schedule, as I say. DM Play says you can check out Mr. and Mrs. by TVF. Yep, certainly will. I've got to mention, guys, when you drop these things into our chat or into our community, we do compile our list and we do go through these things and check them out and see what's available and what is not. So don't think I'm just skimming over these and not thinking about it. We do have a list, believe it or not. Anaruk says, how about a movie instead of a series? If you've got any you can recommend, certainly we will check it out. What will happen is if it's we do notice that Indian films primarily are about 2.5 hours, 3 hours long, so we'll split it into 3 parts, that kind of thing, and do it sort of, part 1, part 2 and part 3 over 3 days or something like that, just to sort of keep the consistency going. So just to give you prior warning, that's how we do it here. Mohammed says, what's after Kota Factory Season 2? That's the thing, we don't know yet, but we are trying our best to get something and try to get hands on something as soon as possible, because we want to keep the consistency going in terms of what's going out at a certain time of day, every day, if you know what I mean. So certainly, Mohammed, we are going to be making the decision soon. Probably when John's doing the editing over the weekend, I'll be looking at availability and everything you guys are recommending, and that will give us a head start for maybe Monday, Tuesday to start recording something in time for Thursday, because that will be the first day where we'll not have anything. So so hopefully we'll have something in place by then, Mohammed. VS says start doing more TVS stuff. Certainly, yeah, I know they've got a YouTube channel. Some of the stuff that comes up doesn't have subtitles, so that's the only thing, VS. So we'll definitely, I'll probably spend a bit of time on our YouTube channel and see exactly what is available and what is obviously accessible for obviously English speakers, so we can hopefully watch one and react to it as soon as possible. VS has got to do aspirants and pictures. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I mean, I think it's the community speaks, and the fact it's TVF, we liked what we've seen so far from this studio as well. So yeah. VS says TV aspirants, more about adult pressure and coming of age TV pictures, Silicon Valley and the Indian context. Love all that stuff. I love watching documentaries on Silicon Valley and watching these talented people. So something that certainly intrigues me. So definitely check it out. Anurag says, I'm just waiting for a new season of Family Man and Mirzapur. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I know that obviously perhaps maybe the COVID delayed a lot of things in terms of production. I'm not really sure. And I know obviously Family Man, I think once Farzi dropped, we knew right away that Family Man was going to be delayed because it's all part of the same sort of world, and we knew that they would want to give some breathing space for their new show Farzi with Shahid Kapoor and Vijay Sethupathi, and we loved that. We loved Farzi, and it's sort of the way it connects into the Family Man, but you don't have to have seen the Family Man to understand Farzi, that kind of thing. So in terms of Mirzapur, I think that will come on first. I said this last week. I do predict that season 3 of Mirzapoor will drop before any of these ones, just because it's been, I think, was it 2020 season 2 came out, so it's been quite a couple of years now anyway since, obviously. And I know that they finished production, so just waiting for it to see when it comes out. I think it will probably be mid to late summer. Mirzapoor will drop. Family Man probably maybe nearer the end of the year, just to give Farzy that kind of breathing space, I think. Perhaps, maybe, not sure. Yeah, but certainly looking forward to it. Anarug, definitely. And Kate, yeah, Merry Family by TVF. Again, we'll keep that in mind. We'll put that on the list. Thanks very much. VS says Jabby Koi or someone else did them with subtitles. If not, reach out. We could help out with the subtitles. I'll keep that in mind, VS. Thanks very much for that. We know that Jabby covers quite a lot. He's got some team there, amazing team. And if we had half the team, it would be amazing, but there's only John and I that do it, so we'll just do our best. But certainly in terms of subtitles, it does help, obviously, for us who can barely speak English. John's been accused of being Russian this week, and German. I don't know what that's all about. I know that John does most of the talking on the show because he presents the show and he closes off the show with obviously the outro, so I think it just stands out a little bit more than myself, which is a pity. But we're both from Glasgow, both from Scotland, we both speak the same, but he seems to cop it more than me for some reason. I'm not sure why. Mohammed says don't watch Aspirants after KF as they are sir. I take it you mean they're very similar. Is that what you mean, Mohammed? Jambalist says Kota Factory season 2 is already out, I think, on Netflix. I have watched. Yeah, it is. Yeah, we've almost done it. We're almost there. So it's been good. It's not that often Netflix does a lot of good content, Indian content. It's mostly Prime over here that covers most of this more up to date stuff. But hats off to Netflix. They've done well in terms of Kota Factory. So yeah, I mean, any which way we can get hold of these things is always a bonus. Shabam, please react Tarzamin part movie, please. Yeah, we'll definitely check that out. Thanks very much for that, Shabam. How are you? What's up? Yeah, fine. Yeah, definitely fine. I'm on my lunch break at the moment, and I'm just looking at the counter just now. I've got another 10 minutes, so I won't be here for too much longer, guys, but not here to bore you all day or anything like that. But it's always appreciated when you guys come in. VS says, lads, Scottish accent is hard to get. Not lying. We did the underground tunnel tour in Edinburgh, and even the British were like, what? Well, the British in terms of English, yeah. Yeah, the English struggle with our accent as well. Everyone struggles with the Scottish accent. Perhaps maybe we struggle with it as well at times. We do try and slow down our voices, and the way we speak for YouTube, because we do speak a lot faster than what you guys see. But it's just conditioning. Obviously from you guys, you have gave us a chance, and we appreciate that. And from our point of view, we are conscious of us, obviously, of how we're coming across, and we are doing our best to speak coherently for the community, because we obviously want you guys to connect and understand what we're doing. That's the whole point of most of our sort of watch-alongs, our reactions, is that you have to get what we're saying at times, and I know it must be very difficult, but we really appreciate it. Shabam says, best reaction channel on YouTube. Thank you so much for sharing happiness. I have no words. You guys are amazing. We're only as good as our community. Simple as that, Shabam. We really appreciate, obviously, your support. Kind words as well there. Best reaction channel. I mean, that's subjective. If you think we are, we really appreciate that. It's always humbling when you guys come in and give us credit for that. We certainly we don't think that, we just kind of do our thing and try and just enjoy the content that you guys recommend, and certainly up to this point it's been fantastic. VS says, but you fellas are doing alright. If you just slow down, people will be able to catch it better. I think we're just hyper. I think that's what it is, VS. I think, once the camera starts rolling and we know we're going to be getting into watching a good web series or film, we get very excited. We speak a little bit quicker, but we are conscious of it and we are working on it. Prashi Raman says Kota Factory Season 2. And again, Kota Factory Season 2. It's coming tomorrow. It is coming tomorrow, Prashi. So, usual time, 12 o'clock here in the UK, 5:30 in Indian Standard Time. So, just watch out for that dropping tomorrow. If you've clicked the notification bell, obviously you'll get that notification to pre-warn you when the episode's about to drop. But it's always round about 12 midday. So, yeah, we'll see how it goes. Durgish says, hey, what's up? Hi, Durgish, how you doing? Everything's good here, my friend. We're just about to approach the 20,000 subscriber mark, and really appreciate, obviously, you guys coming in, supporting the channel, subscribing, and and your comments. It's the comments and building that community that's more important, obviously. If we always said, John and I, having subscribers is fantastic, but when you've got a community that's so vocal and can connect with you, that's more important, because that's what we're trying to build here. We're trying to build our own very unique community, and we really appreciate you guys coming in and giving us your thoughts. Constructive criticism is always appreciated here at MB, and we've learned over the years, particularly from the community, on how to do things, and we're always learning. We don't know all the answers to everything. So it's always appreciated for your feedback and what you think of the channel and how John and I come across. So it's always good. AJ says aspirant. Again, I think we're going to have to check this out at some point. It's very popular in this chat. Vibaf says please react to Bollywood movies as well. Certainly will, Vibaf, definitely will. Hardik says when will Special Ops come? Certainly we are looking into getting a hold of Special Ops. That's one that's been lingering in the background, as along with Azure, for so long now, and we just keep looking out for these things. In terms of films, I'm just going off on a tangent. We are still trying to get a hold of Vikram, which came out last year. It's still not available here in the UK. It's absolutely shocking, and that's the kind of thing that we're up against at times with content from India. Just can't get it accessed over here, surprisingly. Durgish says Thinkistan. Not sure what that is, but if it's TVF, it must be well worth checking out. So certainly will check it out. Thanks very much for that. VS, as someone who hates public speaking and talks super fast, I get it, fellas. But yeah, TVF is a good stuff. Azure is good from what I've heard. Haven't seen it myself. Thanks very much for that. Shabam says it's time to go now. I'm driving Carlos of Love Bro, and please remember and write the name Tari Zamir Par movie, please. Reacts, lots of love. Thanks very much, Shabam. You shouldn't be watching YouTube when you're driving, but we really appreciate, obviously, your commitment. Safe journey, and we'll catch you later, Shabam. Thanks very much for that. Vibaf says react to Aspirant. Certainly on our list, Vibaf. Thanks very much for that. And Hardik says Special Ops production quality is one of the best in Indian web series. Yeah, I've heard a lot about Special Ops, and certainly in terms of production, it's something that I kind of cover. John will talk about what's happening on screen and obviously performances and dialogue and storyline. I tend to look at it from an analytical point of view, and I like to look at production. I like to look at cinematography, the score, the soundtrack, and things like that, and symbolism within the cinematography as well is always important to John and I, so it's really appreciated. But I'm going to have to go now, guys, because I have overstayed my welcome. I think I've been in for just over half an hour. And yes, Hardik, I've seen The Witcher with Henry Cavill. That will be something that we won't cover because I have seen it. It was okay. I didn't mind it. I like Henry Cavill. Big fan of Henry Cavill. Very disappointed he will not be, playing the role of Superman going forward. But I have high hopes that James Gunn obviously resurrects the franchise in the correct way. But in terms of The Witcher, I don't think John's seen that. Maybe that's something he can do as a single reaction. I'm not sure, but I've seen it. It's okay. It's not something that I'm really into, but it had Henry Cavill in it, so it had me intrigued enough. But anyway, guys, I'm going to love yous and leave yous. Just want to thank you once again. Again, even when this video is finished, if you want to drop your comments down below and let us know your recommendations for what we should be watching next. Obviously, you guys that have been in the live chat, really appreciate it. And we will make a list of everything that you guys have put in last week's show and this week's show and see what's available, and then we'll decide on what is coming next. That will be for next week, of course. Tomorrow, Kota Factory Season 2 premiere kicks off, Episode 1 at 5:30 Indian Standard Time, 12 midday here in the UK. So thanks again for watching again, guys, and we'll catch you later. Thanks very